Yeah, Prem Sundar, let's begin. Start.
ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्युषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्।
Namah Shivaya. Good evening to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to start this induction ceremony, heartily welcoming everybody. I welcome our faculty coordinator, Dr. Anbalagan Mahadevan, our core team members, and everyone attending our induction ceremony. Our club recently became official thanks to the help we received from Student Welfare Professor A.S. Ramkumar sir, and it gives me great happiness to receive such overwhelming support from all of you. It also fills me with noble pride and joy when I think about all the great things we shall achieve through this club. The core team is mentored and led by the faculty coordinator, Dr. Anbalagan Mahadevan. The members of the core team include student ambassador Sai Deepak, ML lead Sandeep, IoT leads Sudha and Ritvik, AI lead Prem, technical lead Gautam, and myself, Rohan, the event manager. Now, Deepak Sai will brief the privileges of joining the club.
Namaskar. Good evening, everyone. I'm an Intel student ambassador. My name is Deepak. I'm from SC second year. Like having an Intel club in a college benefits with the direct access to Intel tools like Intel Dev Cloud and OpenVINO. I will explain about them in next slide. Then we can learn different applications using OpenVINO toolkit, which is an ML optimization tool. And then what's in it for you? You get an industrial exposure to industrial exposure with connections from all the colleges in India, pan India, and you can get technical knowledge in ML and IoT. You will get a participation of a network in all colleges, all college containing Intel clubs. Then you will get access to selected softwares, projects, and informations, with also receiving materials and resources from Intel with free of charge. Next slide. What is an Intel Dev Cloud? Well, it is an online destination to test the performance of our AI/ML models on Intel various architectures. It is a design space to allow developers and engineers to test and innovate the production ready space. Then comes the OpenVINO. What is OpenVINO toolkit? Well, it is a free toolkit. It is an open source toolkit. It will facilitate the optimization of deep learning models from a framework and deployment using an inference applies capabilities after training a neural network to an yield results. Like the distribution of Intel OpenVINO toolkit enables to optimize, tune, and run comprehensive AI models with included model optimization and runtime. And there are many tools required, many tools included with the OpenVINO toolkit. You will get access to it, and you will learn more about it in future. Handing over
Namashivaya.
to Rutvik.
Thanks, Deepak. Namashivaya. Good evening, everyone. This is Rutvik, CSC third year, presently pursuing third year. Now, let's talk about Internet of Things. So, Internet of Things is a concept of connecting any device to the internet and to any other devices that are connected to the same internet, unless and until there is an on and off switch provided to those specific devices. IoT is a giant network of connected things and people which connect, collect, and share data about the way of their usage and environment around them. Devices and objects with built-in sensors are connected to an IoT platform, which integrates data from different devices and applies analytics to share the most valuable information with applications built to address specific needs. IoT projects include the usage of specific type of softwares, one of which is widely known as Arduino. Coming to the hardware that we use in IoT projects, there are many wide range of boards that are used, some of which are named as Raspberry Pi and Arduino. The goal of this club currently is to come up with an ML and AI algorithm, then test it on objects with the help of IoT concepts and various hardware components. Sandeep will continue with the ML concepts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritvik. Hello, everyone. Namashivaya. I'm Sandeep Rajakrishnan, and I'm currently pursuing my third year of BTech CSC from Amrita Coimbatore campus. And I am the ML lead of this chapter of Intel IoT Club. So, irrespective of which branch you are coming from or which degree, even which degree you are pursuing, these words that you see on your screen, machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning, data science, these are some words that you would have definitely heard of. So today we will try to understand them in some layman terms, right? So let's first see what artificial intelligence is. So AI could be said as a broad concept of developing machines that can simulate human thinking and also reasoning and behavior. Whereas machine learning, it is a subset of artificial intelligence where the computer tries to learn from the environment and data and in turn uses those learnings to improve its experience and the whole process. So all machine learning, as you can see in the diagram, all machine learning is AI, but not all AI is machine learning, right? And then comes data science. So data science is processing data. Every machine learning or deep learning algorithm requires data, right? Data is the heart and soul of everything. So data science is the process of pre-processing, analyzing, and extracting the relevant information that is required from the data. So whenever we get the data might be in raw form or data could be in any form. And we need to bring them all together in a form that the algorithm or the library that we are using for the algorithm understands. Right. So data science involves that pre-processing and analysis. And it is about finding those hidden patterns in the data. And the job of a data scientist is to use machine learning in order to predict the future events after pre-processing and doing all the data analysis on the data. So next slide. Yes. Let's start with machine learning. About deep learning, I'll soon be talking about deep learning too. So talking about machine learning. So as I said, machine learning is a subset of AI, and it is an approach to try and achieve AI through systems that can find the pattern in a set of data. So as Stanford University describes it, ML is the science of getting computers to act without being explicitly programmed, right? So that is why you would have heard that machine learning or AI is stochastic, whereas and it is not deterministic, which means that in data structures and algorithms, we write the algorithm, and for a particular input, we always get the same output. That is called a deterministic algorithm. Whereas in ML, there is always a randomness which might produce a different output, and that is why it is called stochastic. So that is so basically ML is getting machines to do things without us specifically saying how to do it, right? So Moving on, now let's look at the types of machine learning. Could you go to the next slide? Yeah. So machine learning can be put into three different categories. That is supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, and reinforcement learning. So to start with supervised learning, in supervised learning, we have the training data. So training data contains sample from the data set, and each data point or each data has a label. So for example, we could take predicting, if you would have heard the famous problem of Titanic dataset, where we predict if a person is alive or not alive with the features, whereas the features are his age, his gender, his income, or which background, family background he's coming from, all that. So all those variables are independent features, and the dependent or the labeled feature is the class which says whether the person will survive or he will not survive. So that is supervised learning, where we have a label corresponding to each data point, right? So in unsupervised learning, there are no labels for the training data. We have the training data, but we have the input, but we don't know the output. So what I mean is that in this, we are trying to group data into different segments. We are saying that these four data are similar to each other, so they might belong to a separate group, and these other 4 or 10 data points are similar to each other, and they might belong to a separate group. So we are trying to find the underlying pattern or distributions among them, and we are trying to group them. So this an example for that could be, you could say that given text documents, we are trying to given news articles, we are trying to cluster them into whether it is sports or whether it is politics, like that, right? Then comes the third one, which is reinforcement learning. And in this, the algorithm tries to figure out the actions to maximize a reward. So in this, what happens is that every action of the algorithm has a reward or a punishment. So if the error increases, the punishment increases, and the algorithm always tries to maximize the reward, right? So that is an example for that would be, there is something called AWS Deep Racer. And in that, what it is very interesting, if you check out, it is based on reinforcement learning. And basically, reinforcement learning is reward-based learning. And in AWS Deep Racer, what you do is that you make a car run through a track. So if the car goes out of the track, it gets a penalty. So when if the car runs through the track, it gets a reward. So in the first iterations, you would see that car runs randomly and it gets a penalty. But when it gets a reward, it tries to maintain the same path, remembering the reward. So that is what is reinforcement learning, basically, where the model tries to maximize the reward that it is getting. So here you can see that supervised learning can be broadly classified into two types, that is classification and regression. So when it comes to classification, it is where we are where the output variables are discrete, right? So I explained an example where we took the um, Titanic dataset, and we are predicting if the person will be alive or not alive in the end, depending upon what? Depending upon the features, that his age, his gender, his family income, or several other features. It is a very famous problem that you will come across, and it is the most basic, and it is the first problem you will come across when you start machine learning. And when it comes to regression, regression is when we try to predict the continuous values, right? Regression is, for example, that could be predicting the house price, right? It could be like depending upon the features, that how many rooms or which area, or several features that you can imagine, and we are trying to predict the house price, which will be continuous. Right. So that is, and for classification, the most basic model is called the logistic regression. And for regression, it is called the linear regression, where in both the cases, we try to fit a line. So since we are trying to explain the things in layman terms, we wouldn't be going much deep into that. Then comes the unsupervised learning. And in unsupervised learning, the two types are clustering and associated rule mining. So clustering is basically, we have many items, right? It could be text documents, or it could be images, or it could be people, or you name it, anything. So we try to find cohesive subsets of items. So it could be like, as I explained, text documents, we are trying to cluster those text documents separately, that these text documents belong to news. This text document belongs to sports news. The other one belongs to politics news, etc. Like that. Whereas associated rule mining is that we are given many baskets, and that could also be text documents, actual supermarket baskets, or other semi-structured objects. And we find in this, we find which items inside a basket and predict another item inside the basket, another item in other basket. So we try to put the items inside those specific buckets. So that is to sum up associated rule mining and clustering. And reinforcement learning, as I explained, it is based on reward based learning, where it is also of type skill acquisition and real time learning. But basically, reinforcement learning is where the model tries to maximize the reward that it is getting and minimize the penalty that it is receiving. Since this is an induction event, we wouldn't be going much deep into the reinforcement learning part either. So now I would request the next person to take up what is AI. Yeah, Prem, you can take.
Namaskar everyone. I'm Prem Sundar, and let me just talk about how AI is going to become an inseparable part of every field. So let me start off by saying, what is AI? Artificial intelligence is the ability of a computer or a robot controlled by a computer to do tasks that are usually done by humans because they require human intelligence. One example of this would be self-driving cars. Uh, there are basically three types of artificial intelligence, one being artificial narrow intelligence, second artificial general intelligence, and third artificial super intelligence. So you can consider them as three stages of artificial intelligence. Presently, with the artificial intelligence development we are presently at stage one. That is, these are specified to do only one task very well. In the future, we would be going to stage two and stage three. Now, this is how AI would enhance different fields. So let me start off by the electrical field. Home automation systems, solar power plant systems, these are some of the applications where AI would enhance the electrical field. Coming to the ECE field, machine learning algorithms makes it possible to model signals, detect meaningful patterns, etc. Moving to the mechanical branch, a mechanical engineer can do regression testing as well as adaptive control, reinforcement learning. One of the main advantage of machine learning is we can find useful patterns from the data we collect, and that can be used to get lots of inference. And finally, here's how AI will enhance civil. Machine learning applications in civil are used to solve complex civil engineering problems such as drought forecasting, river flow forecasting, model evaporation, etc. And here's how AI will enhance aerospace. The application of machine learning in the field of aerospace or automated systems include space robots, unmanned aerial vehicles, etc. So this is a famous saying by Sundar Pichai, who told artificial intelligence will have a more profound impact on humanity than fire, electricity, and the internet. So push your journey of AI with us. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have an idea of what machine learning, artificial intelligence, and deep learning and neural networks are kind of. We have this other thing we had heard of, right? That is also extremely popular. That is data science, and often the role of data science and machine learning expert is quite overlapping. And most job descriptions also don't have a clear distinction between what a machine learning expert and a data science expert in the field of data. Data science simply means analyzing data, looking at data, and then doing something with it. So when we talk about machine learning, there is a lot of overlap with the data science. If you're a data scientist, you need to know machine learning. If you're a machine learning expert, then you need to know data science. So both relate and overlap. So you can't do one without other, because you need to be able to understand data and work with the data to do any of these things. We Intel IoT Club try to focus on all requirements for one to get started in their AI journey. We will be having an open Vino training session tomorrow evening. So our Gautam technical leads will explain about it. Handing out to Gautam.
Namaskar. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gautam. Here is the forms link. You can register for the Open Vino training section using your college email ID, and you will receive a meeting link from the section, which will be held on February 7th, 5 p.m. At the end of the event, you should write a quiz based on what is taught in the section. And if you score 8 of 10 max in 3 chances, you will receive a training certificate from Intel within 1 to 2 weeks. And use your Commerce ID to write the quiz. Come on, guys. Consider this is an kickstart journey using Intel tools. For full details, you can visit our website, which link will be provided in the chat. Join our Discord channel for daily updates. Link is available on the website. Finally, coming to this section is an educational one. AI is already integral part of our daily life. You must definitely understand it to keep ourselves educated and be ready for the opportunities that world might throw at to catch. So I hope you had made a wise use of your time. Thank you for participating. Looking forward for the better tomorrow. Special thanks to Ram Kumar sir, professional Professor of Student Welfare, and Dr. Mahadevan sir, Faculty Coordinator. And thank you everyone for attending this meeting.
If anyone would like to ask any questions, you can shoot your questions. So once again, guys, we will be having an open window training session tomorrow evening. Well, I will just send the link in the chat. Where you will receive training on open window, and you need to write a test at end of the event, and then you will receive an open window training certificate from Intel directly. The quiz will be on tomorrow evening and at end of the session. After having a training, then I will demonstrate how open window on Intel Dev Cloud will look like, and then you guys need to write a test. You need to score 8 out of 10 in 3 chances. After completing successfully, you need to take a screenshot, keep it safe with you, and then you will receive the certificate in 1 to 2 months, and you can immediately start your journey in AI. Like there are lots of examples in Intel website, lots of train missions in Intel website. You can start, you can deploying them, you can test the performance on Intel processors.
Deepak, I guess you are muted.
Yeah, Prem, keep the forms link here.
Deepak, I think you can also put in the Discord link so that people can join.
Yeah.
Deepak, looks like there is a question in the chat box. Hope you can answer that.
Yeah, sir. I just answered that. The quiz will be at end of the event tomorrow.
Okay.
If anyone would like to ask questions, you can go on. Does the certificate will help in? There are lots of not particularly in India, but out of India, there are lots of companies, other companies who are using the Intel technology. So it will be very useful. Hopefully, India will also adopt the same technology soon. So it will be very beneficial for all of us to have the trainings from Intel, and then using the Intel dev clouds and learning about them. We not only focus on the Intel things. We will try to provide for one who will start the AI journey. We'll try to get from basics, and then we'll provide all of the requirements. Yeah, there you can see the forms to register about the tomorrow event. I request you guys to register now itself. Yeah, if you register in the forms, you will receive link in your email. For tomorrow's training session, it is necessary to register, or else you won't get the link, or you won't be able to join. because I need to have data of whom wrote the test tomorrow, and then I need to cross verify those from the Intel to help you get the certificates in 2 weeks. I request all of you guys to register now itself. Darling. And also, guys, if you want to join a club and then help the team to organize, you can register as a volunteer. The forms link and everything are available in our website. You can check that out, and you can apply for to apply as a volunteer in our club, so that you can learn along with us. You will also get a touch of how to manage a community or how to work in a community.
Namaskar. Deepak.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Namaskar, Mahadevan sir. This is Ram Kumar.
Sir, Namaskar, sir. This is
Namaskar.
Anbalagan Magadevan. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just a few words about our Intel IoT Club. Shall I take 2 minutes, Deepak?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope around more than 100 plus participants today we have attendees. I hope I congratulate Deepak Sai and his team to start this Intel IoT Club, and this induction event is going on very well. The experience I want to share is once I got the proposal from Dr. Kumar sir and our Mahadevan sir through Deepak Sai. I first congratulate on behalf of everyone present here, on behalf of our Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. Deepak Sai is our ambassador for Intel. You just clap around everyone. A few clap give to Deepak. I think, yeah, it's okay. Congratulate Deepak.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So it's a very good initiative, and from day one, or we can say day zero onwards, Deepak is continuously messaging us, and we have more than 2 weeks, Deepak. So we tried with our Sasangan sir to address this induction ceremony. Due to busy schedule, Sir is on the way to travel from other location. I think Sir is in Bangalore campus. We hope so. So Sir said, okay, you go ahead with that. So another opportunity, Sir will join to us. So I think Deepak have presented well with the scope of this IoT Intel IoT Club activities, the workshops, and it's better the newcomers, those who have been with the academics. So apart from academics, this club activities will motivate you to enhance your base, basically what the industry needs. I think that training schedule and all, Deepak, it is a periodic one on only one time. That how, since their exams are there, I think you can clarify with the training schedules in a separate schedule, so they can be easily every week will
sir.
be there. Yeah, that like.
Yeah, sir. The people these people can register for tomorrow's event.
Okay.
We can conduct the same event after around 3 or 4 months. The same training session for the people who miss it tomorrow.
Okay. So in your website, it will be very clear, no? The scheduled details. Yeah.
Yes.
So on this occasion, happiest occasion, I congratulate everyone. So go ahead, Deepak. All the best. Om Namah Shivaya.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank you very much for the constant support and the constant helping us to get our club approved, sir.
Yeah. Thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Please go.
Thank you, sir. Ram Kumar,
Thank you, sir. Mahadevan sir. Thank you, sir. For your kind
Thank you.
all Prem Sundar and Gautam, all our team members. Congratulate all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I would also like to thank our core team members for being with me and our faculty coordinator Anbalagan sir. Thank you very much sir for being with us.
Thank you, Deepak. From day
Thank
one,
you.
Deepak has
Yeah.
been putting up a lot of effort, organizing events, scheduling links, creating groups. So I hope this goes really well in the future. Yes.
I would like to take the liberty of addressing this meeting for a few minutes. Deepak, can I?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, hope you guys are very well aware of the the most prominent buzzwords in the field of computer science and engineering and electrical or electronics engineering. So IoT and ML. So those buzzwords are known to the students of the domain to which they belong to. But what happens here in this through this Intel IoT Club is you will get a good opportunity to learn these two things together, because through IoT, we can make the things to be smart, and IoT would be able to generate too much of data that if we don't, properly process, if we don't get the insights into that, then it is simply waste. There comes the major role to be played by the ML or DL algos that would help you, pre-process this data or to get useful insights into the data. So it is a golden opportunity to each and every one of you. You can make complete use of this club. I would like to sincerely thank the lead of this team, Deepak, as well as the core team members for having done a wonderful job. This induction event, it is going on very well in a very good organized manner. My sincere thanks to them, and also to the chairpersons of the Department of EEE CSC, especially Ram Kumar sir, who has been constantly supporting us in getting all these approvals and all other things. And my special thanks to Dean sir for having approved our proposal. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
I would like to thank Balmugan sir for joining with us. Thank you, Balmugan sir, for joining us.
Yeah, Balamurugan sir, thank you.
Your club. Right. Thank you so much. All your initiatives are highly appreciable, right? I strongly believe that you will take this club forward, right? I think through this club you are going to bring a lot of technical contribution to the institute, right? I strongly believe in that, right? All the best for all your endeavors, and please ensure that this club should be sustainable. Bring in more juniors into this club, right? Even after this particular team leave the college, right? This club should be there. So find out all the way how you can make it sustainable. This club should be there with Amrita, with the Vidyapeetham for a long time, right? So plan it accordingly. All the best.
Yeah, sir. Definitely, sir. Thank you very much. I hope everyone register for tomorrow's session. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you all the faculty and other for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you for the students for joining us. If there are any doubts, you can ask us, or we can end. Okay, guys, you can join the Discord. You can contact any of our core team through Discord. You can ask your doubts. You can collaborate on projects, or you can also ask doubts on your projects or etc. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Deepak and this. Thank you, Balamurugan sir. Thank you, Mahadan sir. Everyone, every participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Namaskar.